Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers podcast. It's a bit of a sad one today in the Formula One world as we have lost an icon of the sport, Daniel Ricciardo. He was fired after some lacklustre performances of the season and arguably had a very disrespectful send-off after Singapore Grand Prix. We're here to talk about it today, so make sure to listen to the whole episode because we have some interesting opinions. And I'll let Harrison begin with what he thinks of Daniel Ricciardo's departure.
Well, to be honest, I think I've got to say this straight away. He's an icon of the sport, isn't he, Matt? He's very good. He's won a lot of races. I think it's 8 in total in his whole career. Got 32 podiums. So he's had a very fantastic career, hasn't he? But the way he's left is a bit disrespectful, I think. You know, he got fired from like 2 or 3 teams, I'm pretty sure. You might have to correct me because I'm not too much into F1. But he got fired from like 2 or 3 teams, and then the way he got sent off, there was no like celebration or parade, let's say. I don't know, but it was a bit annoying. I felt like, you know, it was good. He was competing with the likes of Hamilton, Verstappen for a few years. So why not give him a send off like he deserves? You know,
yeah, no, I must agree with you on that. He got utterly shafted, I believe, by Marco specifically, but also he was kind of lackluster. But even though the guy's won so many, he's an icon to many people. And like myself, he was many people's first driver that they followed as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they didn't give him a proper send-off and just let him leave the paddock at 1:48 a.m. in Singapore and just never to be seen again. When we've seen previous years, there was like Alonso had a send-off in 2018 when he left McLaren. We had Vettel having a send-off. You know, all these other big drivers who also have had great careers, yes, and they've won world championships compared to Ricciardo. But Ricciardo, come on now. He deserved one. I wanted to see some donuts. I wanted to see turning by the crowd. But no, he just got said, no, you're not racing for us anymore. And never to be seen.
Was it just because he was so bad in those later years? Do you think maybe they just felt like maybe he didn't deserve one? Or I don't know. What would you reckon?
Stupid reason why he didn't get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, he was a bit lackluster. But people keep forgetting he won McLaren's first race for so many years. In 2021, and then even though he was kind of bad again in AlphaTauri, now known as Racing Bulls, he still had something in him until these past few races, but it looked like he just wasn't motivated, wasn't scoring points.
Okay,
so it's just confusing.
I think so. So when did it first start to go bad for Daniel Ricciardo? Do you reckon? What year?
When he left Red Bull.
When he left Red Bull.
Heartbroken by the fact he left our team in 2018. He had such a good run with us before he left, and going to Renault, everyone thought, oh, he's just going to fumble now, because why would you go to Renault from Red Bull when we were up on the rise trying to fight for championships? And arguably he was better than Verstappen at the time because he won 2 out of 3 seasons when they were racing with each other.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's a bit of a confusing one why he left. Maybe I think his main reason was because Verstappen was outshining him.
Yeah.
Like the second driver in the team.
So do you reckon if he chose a different team instead of Renault, sorry, said that wrong. If he chose a different team, do you reckon he could have maybe turned it around if he went to a more established team at that time? We
were established in 2018.
Okay.
Thinking back to it now, he was like well adapted to our cars. He was like specifically good. I remember people talking about in the news. He was like specifically well tuned to our cars because of the braking and accelerating. He was known, like widely regarded as the best braker in corners and could overtake anyone easily.
But I meant more in terms of after he left Red Bull. Do you reckon if he went to more of an established team like McLaren or something like that?
Was established. They were all kind of rubbish at that time.
Oh, really?
The only good teams that he could have gone to were Ferrari, Mercedes, or stayed with us. Because everyone else was midfield. It's not like the competition we see today when there's like 5-6 teams all fighting for wins.
Yeah.
It was those 3 teams specifically for many years. And he decided to just go to Renault, which was probably the lower end of midfield teams in 2018 to 2019.
He probably felt like he could have became, the star player at Renault then maybe, but then it just didn't work out in that sort of way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a bit annoying, a bit frustrating.
I think his main issue going to Renault is he was so used to driving a Red Bull car, because he was from 2014 or 2014 onwards, he was with us. He's been in the program longer than that as well. he was like a Red Bull junior driver as well. But he was so like well attuned to the setup of our cars that going to Renault, he really struggled.
Yeah.
But one of the first races, I think it was in Australia, he like crashed into the grass, lost his bumper,
Oh.
like start from the very end.
Okay.
So it was clear from the start he wasn't like used to having
Yep.
brakes.
It was just bad from the start completely. And didn't he only win? Didn't he only achieve to get one podium in the whole 2 years?
He got two. He won one in Germany, which was, I think, Hockenheim at the time.
Okay.
And then he won another one, I believe, but I can't remember when that was.
Mhm.
But I know he got two. And his second one, people started saying, oh, he'll probably stay at Renault now because he's getting podiums for them. They look like they're up on the rise. But no, he's done another stupid mistake. I'm going to move to McLaren, who
Yeah.
also, you know, falling behind. And people in 2020 especially, they weren't looking as strong as the other teams were.
So at that point in 2020, who was the main driver for McLaren? It wasn't.
It was the Sainz and Norris lineup, and I think
Okay.
Sainz at the time was the better driver than Norris.
Yeah.
But going into 2021, and Norris was going to switch that round.
Right. So to begin with, Norris was the second driver to Sainz, and then he overtook Sainz. Okay. So I don't know. Daniel Ricciardo just went from joining one bad team to another bad team, and then his whole career just started to go on a downward spiral, basically.
Pretty much, he left Red Bull and he just went downhill, and now he's no longer with us.
Well, there's nothing bad that's actually happened to him. He just got retired. Yeah, the way you make it sound is almost like he's died, but he's not. He just retired.
Let's be honest, everyone's reaction seems like he has died.
Yeah.
Heartbroken. And
He's the most funniest guy in the sport.
he is. He was by far the most charismatic.
I know. It was so good, wasn't it? Every interview, every press conference sort of thing, it was really good. It was really funny. And now I'm just thinking, who's going to take his crown of the most funniest person in the sport, do you reckon? Is it Lando Norris as funny?
No one. And Lando Norris has just got a big ego.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm a big fan of Norris and McLaren, but from the way he speaks, you can sort of tell he's got a big ego.
He's got a huge ego.
Yeah.
He's got so much ego, but like not the talent to back it up.
Oh yeah. He's won a few races this season.
Races. He's not going to be
Okay. What about like a Max Verstappen or a Piastri or a Sainz?
Honestly, after the Ricciardo's gone, I find Piastri the funniest.
I do like Piastri.
Kimi Raikkonen was like the second funniest guy for the longest time.
Okay.
Because he did not care.
Yeah.
Or any of his interviews or like any time he spoke, he just said like one word answer.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't media trained, was he?
No, the funniest person.
Yeah. Okay then. So I'm thinking. So at McLaren, let's speak about his time at McLaren. You know, he was there with Norris. Was he? What happened there?
Well, to be honest, 2021 was a bit of a weird season in general, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Between the title fight with Max and Hamilton, you know, best season, if I must say, my favourite season of all time watching the sport.
Oh, well, Red Bull.
Obviously.
They won the first win.
Was crying at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But no, McLaren, they were kind of in a weird place in 2021. They were good for like some races and then really bad for others. And, you know, they wanted to fight for wins. I remember Zach Brown saying like, oh, we're going to try and fight for this championship as well. Obviously, they were never going to do that with Max and Hamilton just absolutely dominating the field. But, you know, they had some good results here and there. Norris was kind of carrying for like the first half of the season. And then because Daniel was like lacking behind and again, because he was trying to adapt to the car and all that.
So when you say lacking behind, what positions was he finishing in, do you reckon? Is it like
averaging like 16th or 14th position?
Oh, that bad? When you said that, I thought it was more like 10th. Like
no, he didn't score a point.
Really? Okay, that is horrible. I didn't think he dropped off that bad.
I remember also a certain race in 2021, I believe, or it might have been 2022. He like crashed in Monaco, and like his team at McLaren at the time, they asked if the car was okay and not him. So he said on the radio, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not her."
Yeah.
And I remember that just like everyone online was like hating on McLaren because of that. Like they did not seem to care about Daniel crashing and potentially hurting himself.
So when did it end for his time at McLaren, do you reckon? What year was that? 2022?
22.
Okay. So he was there for 1 or 2 years, pretty much.
He was there for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. So he went 2 years, 2 years, and 2 years.
Okay. So then after McLaren, he joined his team this season. What was the team called? Sorry,
Visa Cash App Racing Bull.
Yes, that was it.
But no, he didn't join them after he left McLaren. He won the one race at Monza with McLaren.
Oh, okay.
People thought he was back.
Yeah.
He wasn't back.
No chance.
He then kind of ghosted, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
McLaren fired him because they thought he's not good enough. He's not going to get us any points.
That's so harsh.
Yeah, well, F1's cutthroat, isn't it? It's not going to be...
Yeah. I suppose every sport is, isn't it? Yeah.
But no, he left and he got fired. He sat out most of 23, but he came in, I believe, because Nick De Vries was driving for Visa Cash App at the time.
Okay.
De Vries was worse than like most people on that grid. He was not cut out for F1 at all, despite him having a really good one race off at Williams getting points. But Ricciardo went in to replace him after the summer break. People thought, oh, Ricciardo's there just so he can get Red Bull's seat when Red Bull inevitably get rid of Perez, because Perez is being Perez at the moment.
Yeah,
not being very good. So he went there. He didn't perform well at all there again, and so he didn't get fired because they kept him for another year. But it was only the last 5 races of 23 or 8 races of 23 that he went. But everyone was saying because he was signed again for 2024, he was going to replace Perez because Perez was doing so poorly. But I feel like and he didn't really do that as well.
Just on a side note, I feel like Red Bull do need to find a replacement for Perez really quickly, don't they?
Easily.
He doesn't show up at all, does he?
Yeah, because this is why I'm hoping Lawson is incredible in that.
Yeah.
Get Perez's position because Perez needs to go. People were saying he was going to leave after the summer break, so a couple of races ago now.
Yeah, so
he stayed on because of concerns that there'd be less financial aid for the Mexican Grand Prix.
Okay. So if one replacement for Perez could be Liam Lawson, a younger driver, how good can this guy be, do you reckon?
I think Lawson's pretty good, to be fair. He raced a few races in 23 when Daniel broke his hand.
Yeah.
And he was quite good. He was impressing a lot of people.
Okay.
So I'm hoping, I'm fingers crossed, he's the second coming of Verstappen, and it's
I don't know if anybody can be that. I don't know if anybody can be as good as Verstappen.
Oh, so you admit Verstappen's good?
Look, no. Okay.
It's 15 months of me trying to say that.
No, I've always thought he was good, but I just think Hamilton's the better, guys. Come on. Hamilton is the best driver in the sport.
No, he's not.
Full stop. There's no need to...
We both know he's washed.
Hamilton?
Yeah, he's definitely washed.
Wait until Ferrari. Okay, wait until Ferrari. And hasn't he won a few races this season, Hamilton? He's won 1 or 2, surely. Yeah, there you go. Silverstone, the one everybody watches, the one everybody looks out for, he won that race, okay? Hamilton is still good. But we're not talking about him, we're talking about Liam Lawson, right? Now, I want to compare this guy to Oliver Behrman. Do you reckon if he gets a team, Liam Lawson, you could see a little rivalry between those two drivers, potentially?
I don't think so, no.
No, yeah, but that could be good, though.
I think Lawson's better than Behrman.
Really? Okay.
They're both good in their own respect, but
I think that's quite...
It's gone to halves.
Yeah, but...
It's gone to Red Bull, second team.
Yeah, but you think about it, Oliver Behrman's already in the sport, driving at a young age. Liam Lawson is trying to find a breakthrough into the team. But I think...
In the sport, though.
Yeah, but is Liam Lawson in the... Okay, they're both in the sport, but Oliver Behrman's doing it, right now. That's what I'm trying to say. He's got the experience where Liam Lawson doesn't. So I'm thinking maybe they could find a rivalry, and that could be fun and entertaining for the sport. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, if they did have a rivalry, it would be overshadowed by every other team at the moment who are competing for wins.
Yeah.
So we got 6 or 7 drivers who are fighting for wins in each team. Even if they did have a rivalry, it would be rivalry for what, 10th?
Fair enough.
Too much about that.
Okay, no, but I'm just thinking 2 young drivers of the sport. Could the media sort of pull them together and create a rivalry? That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to foreshadow. I don't know.
It always does that. They always pit drivers against each other.
Yeah.
I remember in the I know I'm going back to like years ago now, but 2018 they pitted Verstappen against Daniel, even though they were best friends.
Yeah.
They hated each other, and they didn't. They were like,
It is a bit weird. That is a bit weird, to be fair. But no, okay. So Daniel Ricciardo, he joined RB. What was what's the team called again? Sorry,
Racing Bulls or
Racing Bulls.
no one really knows their name.
Yeah. So his teammate was, I can't pronounce his name. You can have to say it for me. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, his teammate was Yuki Tsunoda.
Yuki Tsunoda. I said it right. Yuki Tsunoda. Okay. So Yuki Tsunoda, he was getting beaten by him pretty much. And then what happened? How did it end this season?
Well, season ain't finished yet.
Yeah.
Yuki said at the beginning of the season he was going to fight for the Red Bull seat.
Yeah.
So he's been outperforming Daniel ever since. And because of that, Helmut Marko, who is like one of the top leaders of Red Bull, he wanted to get rid of Ricciardo all the way back at Barcelona. But I'm pretty sure Christian Horner said, no, we're going to keep him to see if he can improve after summer break.
Oh, okay. At least Horner's done one good thing this season.
Is he though?
Whoa.
Team speed.
Okay.
Downhill because we've lost Adrian Newey. We lost.
Here we go. Red Bull rant.
So many other staff members. We're struggling out here, and now we've lost like a good backup driver for our team.
Yeah. Okay.
We're in the.
I was just chirping. Okay. So Daniel Ricciardo, right? He's getting outclassed by Yuki. Please say his name.
You can just say Yuki. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. And so he's getting outclassed by him, and then he just basically got fired.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's the end of his story.
I can't believe that. That is so disappointing.
That is. I'm pretty sure most fans would agree with me, but we expected better of Daniel this year, especially when he was offered a second or third chance by Red Bull to come and get the seat again.
Yeah.
He would have been a perfect second seat driver for Red Bull.
Okay.
Because he would have known the car. He would have known his teammate because, they got along well. He would have known the team. He would have known what is expected of him. But he just didn't perform.
Do you still think Daniel Ricciardo is at a level of Red Bull to replace like a Perez on there?
No.
No.
Looking at it across this season, I don't think he was in contention at all from the start to get that Red Bull second seat again.
So what team could Daniel Ricciardo still play for now, or still race for now, do you reckon?
I don't think any team will want him at all at the moment.
Okay.
One is finished.
Yeah.
He becomes like a reserve driver for someone.
Okay, fair enough then. I've got one more question to ask quickly. If you could compare him to a football player or a different sport, what sort of player would you compare Daniel Ricciardo to?
He's easily Neymar Jr.
Yeah?
Quite easy.
Okay.
Comparisons to make. He was considered third best behind Vettel and Hamilton for so many years.
Yeah.
Because he was competing with wins. He got third in the championship in 2014.
Yep.
Which was unlucky because, Mercedes were just so dominant. If they weren't that dominant, Ricciardo most likely would have won.
Yeah.
He left Red Bull, which will, in this case, if we're comparing it to Neymar, Neymar left Barcelona. Ricciardo left
went to
Red Bull
PSG.
to go to a big team who was up and coming.
Yeah. Didn't work out.
Didn't really perform.
Yeah.
He tried fighting for championships, didn't get it. Neymar tried fighting for Champions Leagues at PSG.
Didn't work either.
He got injured. He got replaced by a younger guy, and they're both outclassed now. They're not that good. And Neymar's considered best Brazilian goal scorer,
player. Yeah. Better than Ronaldinho.
The best racing driver for Australia. So
I really like that comparison, to be honest. It's a very good comparison because if you look at both their careers in the different sports, they started off fantastically well, went to some big teams, but then something along the way didn't work out, and now they've just slightly disappointed, underperformed to their current ability. I would say, I feel like their current ability, they could probably play for bigger teams or do decently well, but it just hasn't worked out for whatever reason. And if you think about Neymar, for example, went to Barcelona, did fantastic there, went to PSG, didn't work out, and then went to Saudi. And again, he's not really doing much now, is he? Realistically, yeah. You don't really concentrate on his career that much because nobody really watches Saudi for that. It's just a money league, isn't it? But you basically you only watch Saudi because Ronaldo's on YouTube. He's got 30 million or something, or 60 million. What's going on there? But yeah, back to Ricciardo, is a true icon in the sport. You know, what he's done for Australian people would also be fantastic, you know. Really good guy. And yeah, I didn't really watch him that much, I'm not going to lie. I've only just started getting back into F1 like 1 or 2 years ago, pretty much. So I think I have only seen his downfall recently, I'm not going to lie to you guys. But yeah, from what Matt has said, he does sound like a very good, very good person in the sport, very good driver.
Yeah, he will be sorely missed in F1. And, you know, my favourite driver to begin with, I'm sad to see him go. I'm sure millions of other people are also sad to see him
Yeah.
go.
It's a bit like my thing with football and Gabby Bonhor, because he was like my favourite ever Aston Villa player. I don't know if you know, like, Matt, but like at the moment now on TalkSport, he's I don't know. He does have some very controversial takes, doesn't he, on TalkSport, Matt? But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo, I'll miss laughing at his press conferences and his interviews and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and we'll miss seeing him on Netflix in the paddock on race days.
Oh yeah,
He'll just be missed all around. You know, everyone's gonna sorely miss the guy.
I completely forgot like Drive to Survive. He's probably got so many funny moments on there.
He is solely, I will stand on this, he is the sole reason why F1 became so popular during 2020.
Really?
Him on Drive to Survive just
Yeah.
so much character sport. Millions, millions.
Okay, off the top of your head, what was his like best Drive to Survive moment? Can you think off the top of your head quickly?
When he called Netflix a bunch of like C words.
Oh, really? Did that happen?
He had so many iconic moments on Drive to Survive. It's just I can't count them on my hands.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to be missed. I can't believe he's gone. You know, I've seen him for like most of his career, so it's like a part of me leaving watching him go.
Okay. I'm sure you'll get over it. I'm sure as soon as, you know, Red Bull start winning some more races, Verstappen gets back up there, unless he doesn't get you know, sold to Mercedes or something, which I would love to see, by the way. I would love to see that smile wiped off your face completely. But yeah, I feel like if Red Bull start winning some races, you'll forget about Daniel Ricciardo straight away.
Nah, he won't be forgotten.
No,
he won't be forgotten, and he won't be forgotten on this podcast because it's out dedicated to him.
Yeah, of course.
So it's the shrine in my room with Daniel Ricciardo.
That might be a little bit too far, Matt. That might be a little bit too far. Please take him down. You're an adult now. You're an adult.
Daniel Ricciardo is here to stay. It's the end of this rather sad F1 podcast talking about Daniel Ricciardo's departure. You know, I'm sure you'll all agree it's a sad time and you'll all miss him as well. So if you miss him, just leave a little comment down below saying your favourite moment of Daniel Ricciardo. And, you know, we can all reminisce about his career together. But that's it for this episode of the Benchwarmers. We'll be back with the next one. Goodbye.
Peace out.